it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a wonderful Wednesday. I'm so excited. I got a young lady joining me at the top of the show, y'all. Ahshah Kennedy, who went through all of the programs at Life Enrichment Group. She's here to tell us about the power that they presented in her life and how they're also helping other young ones just like her. And later on in the show, I can't believe it, y'all. Big O is joining me right here on the set for the Day with Trae. Converge Media has been up to lots of things, and O is here to make sure we are all plugged in and tuned in. But of course, as you know, it's the top of the show, so it's a great time to tag and share this stream right here. Just share it with folks who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on the Day with Trae. If you can't watch our TV show, we still have you covered because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find me on whichever platform is your favorite. Well, I love to get into it because we don't have young folks here often enough. So up next, we got Ahshah Kennedy in the building. What's up, Ahshah?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be here.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
You know, Monica was telling me just a little bit about you, but you have been a participant in Life Enrichment Group's programs for many years. And I just want to hear from your perspective, the things that you were able to do. Tell us more about your journey with Life Enrichment Group.
Yeah, for sure. So I got first introduced to the Life Enrichment Group back in 2019. I was going to Rainier Valley Leadership Academy at the time, which is like a charter school in the south end of Seattle. And they let all the students know that there was the opportunity to attend an HBCU college tour. So me and my best friend, we were like, oh my gosh, like we always like, we're looking at HBCU college tour videos on YouTube and things. And I was always like looking at day in my life videos in college. So when I heard about the opportunity, I was like, okay, I have to apply. So I wrote my essay, I turned it in. And then a few days later, I got the news that like I got accepted to go onto the tour. And I actually got accepted with like a full scholarship as well. Wow. So yeah, not only being able to like go on the tour, but also being able to get it paid for fully. So yeah, that's kind of how I started with the Life Enrichment Group. And then I was able to like get introduced to Miss Monica, Miss Taji. And yeah, that's kind of how like it got started. So
amazing.
Yes.
Well, give us a little bit of that experience because, you know, like you, I was one who I had an experience at HBCU and I was like, this is life. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So upon going, this was also my first time out of the state of Washington. Mm-hmm. So this was like a huge deal for me. I was super excited. So I packed my bags. We went on the college tour and the first city we touched was actually New York City. And I love New York City. It was so much fun. So we weren't on the tour at colleges like at that point, but then we went down to Virginia, we went to Tennessee, we went to Delaware and DC as well. And yeah, we were able to touch Clark Atlanta University, Tennessee State University, Delaware State University. And it was just like really dope to just see like Black students on campus. Like I'm from Seattle, so, you know, it's predominantly like, there's like UW and WSU that's like predominantly white institutions. So just being like at HBCUs and being able to see like the Black excellence, like people were playing sports, people were doing like in their masters and their PhD. And we were also able to talk to like students from previous years that went on the college tour and they were able to like give their experience on going to HBCUs. So it was just super cool. I remember I was just having so much fun. I was on joy the whole time, so.
Well, that's amazing. And sounds like you had a great experience. First time out of the state of Washington. So I know you were hyped up. Well, also too, I mean, you know, Queen Care is a part of Life Enrichment Group. Mm-hmm. You've been able to intern there, now working there. Tell us a bit about that history you have with Queen Care specifically.
Yeah, of course. So I started working with Queen Care last year. And I just finished my first year, so I was looking for jobs, and I found out that Miss Monica was looking for interns for Queen Care. So I was like, okay, let me apply. So I applied, and Queen Care, it's been dope working at Queen Care. I'm able to like talk to a lot of community members, which is super like refreshing for me. just to like cultivate that Black community in the Central District. And I'm also able to table at events and like gain more like customer service experience, more retail experience working at Queen Care. I attend like the Mojo Fest, Juneteenth, and many other festivals where I'm able to like get to know more about other Black businesses in Seattle as well that I didn't know even prior to like working at Queen Care, even with me like being 20 now. So working at Queen Care has been dope. I have Monica. I look at Miss Monica more as like my mentor than like a boss or like manager. She's just able to like, she just gives me so much insight, and I just like learn a lot from her, just like being a boss and like running her own business. And I kind of get that experience of my own to like running the store. I'm in charge of like the store in the Central District location. So just like opening and closing, making sure all the task is right, like responding to like emails and like customers. So working at Queen Care has been like super dope for me.
Well, you're getting a wealth of experience. And so shout out to Queen Care for, having their doors open for young folks like you to come through, gain those skills, because they can be used in so many different places. And so that's good to hear that for you. But also too, I mean, now you're in school, right? You're going to UW.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about what you're looking to explore in your, career, kind of after college. What kind of things are you thinking about?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm still like kind of in my career exploration stage, but I know I want my work to be surrounded around like advocacy for the Black community and working in Black communities, of course. So like, stuff like this. But right now I'm majoring in public health and informatics. So studying that has been super dope, kind of like getting a sense of like the tech industry and the health industry. And I'm thinking of possibly becoming an occupational therapist after school, but I'm still like looking around. So I'm really just still exploring, but I know I want a lot of my work to be just surrounded in community. I think that's one thing that I really took from like the Life Enrichment Group as well, just how important it is to like put back resources in the community and like kind of like use my like knowledge to just like give back. So
yeah, no, that's so dope and important. And I think that says a lot about when, young folks are exposed to what it looks like, because we need folks like Monica in the community, and you got to experience, the breadth of her knowledge and wisdom. And it's so empowering to hear you say that you want to do something that's around advocacy in Black community, because we need your brilliance. Trust me, we do.
Yeah.
I don't care what you land on. I also appreciate you talking about career exploration. That is key. You do not have to pick one path right now. The fact that you are exploring and like, hey, these are some things that are piquing my interest, that's good, because you're in the right phase to be doing all of that. Exactly. When you think about how Life Enrichment Group and the experience with Queen Care, everything you've been able to get there has impacted your life, tell us about some of those things that you really feel were ways that it really benefited you to be a part of all of the programs they were doing.
Yeah, for sure. I would say with Life Enrichment Group, I want to speak on that like a little bit more specifically. So I started like in my 9th grade year during high school, and I went until I graduated. But throughout like the program, I was just able to, for one, it really like supported me in even applying to college, because I always knew like I wanted to go to school, but like there's like an entire process to get to that point, like writing a personal statement, making sure my resume looks good, like making sure I know how to like finance also when I'm in school. So those are like some of the things that were touched upon. I think it really just like set me up to like be able to go to college and feel confident in like getting my degree and obtaining my degree like throughout the entire 4 years. So like some things I would touch upon, like applying to FAFSA, like I didn't know how to do that. And I worked with one of my mentors, Miss Toy, and she kind of walked me through that whole process. And when I got it, I was able to see like, okay, like this is how much I got, so this is how much maybe I need to apply in scholarships. Like another thing we worked on was like scholarships. And I still use kind of some of the skills that I learned in applying to scholarships then and now, because like it's still expensive, college is still expensive. So just all of those things really just like helped me just like get to the point of even like being in school now.
Well, it sounds phenomenal. Lastly, I'll just say, when you think about a young person who, just like you're in 9th grade, you're trying to figure things out. What is something you want to tell a young person why they should be tapping in with Life Enrichment Group?
Yes, tap in with Life Enrichment Group. I would say it's just an opportunity to just be guided by people who may not have had those same opportunities as us when they were younger. So like they really know like the certain like certain type of advice and like tips to like help us be successful and achieve our dreams. I would say like Life Enrichment Group, the support is like top tier. Like not only Miss Monica, but Miss Toy, Miss Taji, Kyle, who also went on the tour as well, are just really here to like support us like in anything. You don't have to want to go to college. You can go to trade school, community college, or even like if you want to run your own business, like they're here to support. And I really felt that through. It wasn't like, oh, you need to go to school and you need to go to HBCU and you need to do this. It was more just like, well, what do you want to do? Let's explore that and let's help you get there. And I feel like that's how it felt the entire time, which when I was like with the Life Enrichment Group and at Queen Care. And yeah, so it's like tap in with the Life Enrichment Group because it's just, they're here for you, like really. And I think it's just a great experience.
There it is, Ahshah in the building. Yo, thank you so much for being with me today. It was so great to talk with you.
Yes, it was grateful. I'm glad to talk to you as well, Trae. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I had to start with Ahshah today because we need to see more of our youth doing great things, following pathways that allow them to explore their brilliance and land into industries and organizations that truly allow them to fully bring that out. And so I'm so grateful that she was here. Also, you know, Life Enrichment Group is celebrating their 10-year, y'all, 10 years in the game. And it's a beautiful thing because they have their Dash for Education annual fundraiser coming up on June 1st. Y'all go to lifeenrichmentgroup.org to get more information. Y'all can find the way to support, the way to keep this organization alive in our community, because it's clearly so necessary to be able to have mentors that can guide young folks like Ahshah here. Of course, up next, y'all, Big O is in the building. We got Omari Salisbury joining me right after this short break. You definitely don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Let's start the show.
Ballet's greatest comedy, Coppelia, returns to Pacific Northwest Ballet. Perfect for all ages, Coppelia delights with dazzling dancing and magnificent music played by the PNB Orchestra. Seven performances only. Visit pnb.org for tickets.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Big O. What up, O?
Bayana.
So good to have you here.
Hey, what's up? It's good to be here. It's been some months. The last time that I was here on The Day with Trae was an opportunity to uplift you, what you got going on over here. You know, I like to tell people too. Every once in a while, I get out there on my soapbox. You know, I like to stay quiet, but I get out there on my soapbox and I tell them that never before has Seattle, especially Black Seattle, had a place to come and talk and express themselves in a TV forum like this. I mean, this is what you're doing here on The Day with Trae is something that's different for the market. It's needed. And you know, the other thing is people leave. This is a beautiful experience from beginning to end. You know, from the time people walk in the door, they got some jerk shack back there waiting for them. You know what I'm saying? They come in here, this beautiful set that, you know, we got the cameras, of course, these cameras, the photographers and everything. So people really leave The Day with Trae with a whole experience. And the best thing about it is they leave here feeling heard.
Absolutely. I mean, we always talk about people will forget how whatever, but they'll remember how you treat them. And that's always sticks out to me. They'll remember how you treat them. They may not remember what you said, but they remember how you treat them. And so folks always feel treated so well here. But it's also, I think for me, it's just a part of the culture, man. We really put on for that in that way where it's like, we know it's a welcoming environment up in here.
How we do anything is how we do everything.
Yeah.
You know, one that'll never change about us at Converge is, you know, our commitment to be consistent and be excellent in everything we do. And of course, you know, you're gonna fall short. It's just the way life is. But the fact is that we're aiming for perfection daily.
Yeah.
You know, you fall short some days, most days. You know, it's hard to do everything perfect every day. But when your intention and your purpose is perfection, then, you know, your trajectory is a little bit different.
It's so true. It's so true. It sets the tone. What we got going on with Converge, man? Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. The first thing is that we just released last week. We released our latest film. It's called Nooksack 306. And it's a documentary. We shot for almost a year following. There's 306 basically members of the Nooksack tribe. And the Nooksack Nation is up north, just east of Bellingham. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, they've been getting disenrolled from that, which is a whole like political process of disenrolling. And, you know, you disenroll people from the tribe, then they no longer get benefits from the tribe. And then they're also being evicted. And so it's like, it's crazy. It's like, I mean, it ain't even Big Mamas. It's Big Mamas, like in their 90s, you know what I'm saying, getting evicted off the land up there and everything else. And, you know, we thought that, you know, we known for our storytelling, and we're known for really trying to uncover these stories and bring it to the public. You know, the United Nations has even weighed in on this. The UN, all kinds of international organizations, they're talking about the disenrollment up there. And so Nooksack 306 is out right now. It's on our website. You can go to whereweconverge.com/Nooksack, NOOKSACK 306. It's only 25 minutes long, but it's powerful. And like I said, we followed them for a long time. So even when remember when the canoes came down? Yeah, so Brady McAtee was on a canoe, you know what I'm saying? Landed out there in Alki. Jordan Summers was out there at Alki. And then Winfield Ezel Jr., Sean Cokes, Brady, a few other people shot up there in Bellingham, shot over in Kitsap, here in Seattle and everything. So it's a pretty comprehensive story, you know, and that's one of the things I love about what we do here at Converge is we give a lot of space and grace, you know, and time to be able to tell stories. And you can imagine anything you do, the longer something takes, the more resources that it costs. But, you know, you got to give the proper resources to tell a proper story.
Well, I also really appreciate that what Converge does is, you know, we have a real connection to communities here. And so you get a lot of folks that want to tell stories, but when they don't have the connections, the stories fall short. And Converge does such a phenomenal job of making sure that whoever the story is about, they're centered. That's important.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. It's like we're here to be a service. And I think that's what makes it, Converge is unique because, you know, we're not a nonprofit. We're definitely for profit. I mean, look at all these cameras here. You know what I'm saying? You want to advertise, you need some TV production, anything else. But we're not a nonprofit, but we're here to serve. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit different. Usually somebody or a company or organization that has the values and the beliefs of Converge Media, they're like a nonprofit or something. Like, you know, we're trying to get it how we live. You know what I'm saying? But our purpose is in service to our community in a very hyper-local sense, the Central District and the epicenter out from there. But our community as in our Northwest community and our family here, you know. And for somebody like me that grew up here in Seattle and grew up going to potlucks and potlatches and all kinds of stuff, you know, my mama was out there in Nia Bay when they tried to enforce their treaty rights out there in Nia Bay, and then people wouldn't let them guys out there, the macaws, hunt their well. You know, my mama and them was out there. You see what I'm saying? So I got a long history. I grew up, you know what I'm saying, around Native culture in Seattle, in high school, and all the way from elementary school through high school. And you know what I'm saying, my mom gets involved in a lot of stuff. Rise Above Native Youth Rise Above is one of our partners. That's when we met Danny Glover the last few years, hanging out with Danny Glover and them with Native Youth Rise Above. And so, this isn't very far, for me to be able to want to tell this story. And to be honest with you, at this point, because these issues are considered a sovereign issue of the Nooksack Nation, and they can allow whatever lawyers or not that they want in there. They can do it's not a traditional court system as you would see right now. And so now they're going into appeals, and we'll see what happens. And that's why it's important that this film is out so people have an awareness of what's happening up there in Nooksack.
Well, kudos to the Converge Media team for being out there on the grounds. All the folks that you mentioned, some phenomenal photographers, videographers, editors. I mean, you got a great crew to make sure that this story is told properly. So thank you so much for making sure the rest of the community out here in Washington State can understand and follow this story.
No, definitely.
Yeah, what else we got going on?
So Solid Ground, we people might have seen it. I think Calligraphy was there. So with Solid Ground, I was a keynote speaker at Solid Ground's 50th anniversary, which was I think a week or 2 weeks ago. And what came out of that, which I didn't intend going into it, two things came out of it. I actually spoke about the protest. And, I've never spoke publicly like that, you know what I'm saying, ever. And so, and I even told Solid Ground, I was like, look, man, I'll come talk to y'all. I ain't saying nothing about these protests or anything. But, it was a really good conversation there, and really an opportunity to thank the people of Seattle for all the support, you know what I'm saying, they given us and gave us, especially then, man. I mean, we needed everything, including prayers, and the city gave, you know what I'm saying? So there's an opportunity to really say thank you. But the other thing that came out of that is that we're recommitting ourselves, Converge Media, to joining hands with Solid Ground in their fight to eradicate poverty in the city of Seattle. I think we do a lot of great stuff here. It's cool. We got the Day with Trae. We got Back to Basa over here. We've got all these other things that are going, and they're all important, as you know. But, we can never stray far away from purpose and service. And what better way to be of service as a company than to be able to join hands, you know what I'm saying, for those most impacted and most marginalized, I guess is the word that people use, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and Black folks, they got a TV station, you feel me? Converge Media. Maybe it's time poor folks do too.
Wow. Sounds like a whole new endeavor, but also with the very same driving force that Converge Media was birthed from, right? So this is important. This is exciting. Oh, yeah,
no, it is. And this is political season. And I guess that's probably the last thing I want to talk to you about. This is a political season, and politicians are really good at keeping poor people divided and then keeping them against each other. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I guess maybe I'll just even lead into my last point here, which direction that we're going here. But what I'm saying is that poor people become the pawns in political season. And what people don't realize is that the poor people in the Central District that are Black got a whole lot of common with poor people on the other side of the state that might not look like them. But it's expedient for politicians to keep everybody divided based upon a skin color and not a common interest. You see what I'm saying? We all fighting against a common interest because we've been divided by a skin color. You see what I'm saying? Or we've been divided by a neighborhood or an area code or a zip code. But the majority of us have a common interest that's out there, right? And so what we're going to do going into this political season now is we really want to activate people, Trae. See, because the thing is poor folk, you see what I'm saying? We take it on the chin, and we just the people that just take it. You see what I'm saying? Rich people, affluent people, anytime there's tax regulation, this and that, is like, hey. You know what I'm saying? They rally, they make noise, they got initiatives. But the poorest among us are essential workers. The people, man, too tired to lift their voice. And if you look around, it's like, man, the rent is too damn high. It's just the facts of it. Food is too damn high. Gas is too damn high. But you know what? You ain't supposed to say nothing about that when you're the poorest of the poor. You're just supposed to suck it up and take it. And what we want to do is we want to educate and activate those in our community. We want to activate them. I'm not going to tell nobody who to vote for, but I am going to tell you to vote. And I am going to tell you to make sure it's an informed decision. And I am going to make sure that, you know, you play your part. Here's the thing is, right now, politicians are running off of fear. You see what I'm saying? Right now, politicians are running off of fear. What they don't understand is at this point on these streets, we fearless. Politicians need to start running on solutions. You get what I'm saying? Like, what we got to fear at this point?
Yep.
You feel me? So when you telling me not to vote for this person because, or not to vote for that person because, but you can't offer me a solution, we ain't falling for the okie doke no more. You see what I'm saying? You need to offer a solution. You can't sell us fear anymore. We're fearless out here on these streets. We're still surviving. So you can't sell us more fear. You have to sell us solutions. So, you know, we also want to put all the politicians on notice, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to hit us, try to mollywop us with the okie doke and everything else. You feel me? You're going to have to come and actually talk solutions to our community. Not only just us black folks here, but communities across the state of Washington who also see a lot of people tend to think because we some Negroes and we over here, maybe in the Central District, South and South King County, that one, we're a monolith and y'all be telling everybody, oh, the blacks is just going to do this and that, which is not true. But then also there's a larger population across the state of Washington who might not, like I said, might not look black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from Whatcom to Walla Walla.
Yep.
You feel me? And from Pierce County to Ponderay and everywhere in between. You know, I aced ninth grade Washington State history now. You know, I get the naming off all the counties for you and everything. But that's the biggest thing is that we want to ramp up telling people in our community, don't buy into fear, buy into solutions. Don't let politicians sell you on fear, be scared of this and that, because in doing so, because everybody got something to be afraid of, right? In doing so, they distract you from solutions. What are the solutions? The rent is too damn high. The gas is too damn high. The food is too damn high. Everything. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, no, I do. And the segue from, you know, connecting with solid ground in terms of poverty reduction, elimination of poverty, and then moving into this makes so much sense because right now, a lot of families, a lot of individuals in Washington State are struggling, period. It is a fact. It is a well-known fact that when you talk about all of these things being too damn high, it's real. And it's being felt in the homes of families. It's being felt in those who find themselves unhoused because they can't afford to live. So absolutely, we can no longer, you know, accept this fear as being the reason why we don't make bold decisions when we're at the polls. We have to be very intentional about identifying, you know, candidates who are really going to provide those solutions for us. I really appreciate this message, oh. It's now and it's time.
No, it's 100, and I would just leave you with this, is that this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be a service. 3 years ago, me and Kevin Schofield, we did budget school. People didn't understand how the city of Seattle budget worked. So we did 12 installments of budget school, trying to teach people about the budget. What we want to do going into the lead up to the primary and everything else, people don't realize is like, yes, there's a big looming national election for president, but man, elections is local, buddy. You know what I'm saying? From your taxes to where a sidewalk's going to what's being taught in school and everything else. And this is why it's important that people get out. And I know that those the poorest among us, the most beat down among us, the most, you know what I'm saying, work. I mean, we know how our people are working and living here and across the state. But I want to encourage everybody, and this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing like teach-ins, and we're going to be telling people, you know, what give and showing people these are the issues, and they're going to decide for themselves. Some people might think it's in their best interest to pay sky high taxes. Some people might think it's not. They might find value in the taxation. Some other people might. But our job is to provide the platform to educate our community, to make informed decisions, to make sure that they get to the polls.
Well, this is fantastic. And it sounds like we're giving the audience some things to definitely tune into at whereweconverge.com. Of course, as folks are learning more, wanting to stay plugged in, just let them know, right now, how they do it.
Now I finally go to this one. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you're watching this somewhere, but, we want to encourage you. It's at WW Converge across all social platforms. But, we put a lot of content on our website exclusively, and that's whereweconverge.com. And make sure you go there, sign up for the newsletter. You can follow me. I don't really post a lot really about that action, to be honest with you. So you ain't gonna find a lot of commentary from me on social media. But when it's time to act, you'll find me there.
Oh, thank you so much, for being with me today and for uplifting the additional great work that Converge is doing. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Trae.
Absolutely. Y'all, I'm fired up. This is what happens every time gets on the Day with Trae. I leave fired up. I'm going to wrap all this fire up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Day with Trae.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. They can't get rid of us.
The importance to share the history of the Buffalo Soldiers of Seattle and Buffalo Soldiers of everywhere, including cowboys and cowgirls of color everywhere, is really important because most likely they're forgotten. It's important that they're acknowledged, especially for girls like me who look up to them.
At a rodeo, it's got an impact on people when they see somebody doing something like that, especially a person of color, you know what I mean? It's got a big impact on people, I think.
Representing the Evergreen State, I am your Miss Teen Rodeo Washington, Jessa Thomas. Welcome to the Windswept Farm.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I got to give a huge shout out to my guest, Ahshah Kennedy, brought it in, someone who actually experienced one of the phenomenal organizations in our community. I said a 10-year anniversary. Baby, it's been 21 years. Let's get that right and put some respect on Life Enrichment Group's name. 21 years that they have been of service to community. And so I just got to tell y'all, go to lifeenrichmentgroup.org. Make sure y'all sign up to figure out how to support this amazing organization. Keep it alive in our community. And always a huge shout out to Big O for being here. The passion that Converge Media runs on, you can feel it, probably palpable through your screen right now, however you're watching this, or through your earphones, however you're listening to this, if you're on the podcast. This is also another reason why Converge's commitment is felt in community, because it is real for us every single day. And I'm so glad that O was here to shed some light on the ways it's continuing to showcase itself as we bring you more projects, a new documentary. This is a place where stories are told because they matter. because we are in the Black Media Matter studios. And even when we are outside of here capturing all of that amazing content and story for you, it's because our stories matter. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be inspired, y'all, because no matter what it is you're meant to do, when we experience it, that's where the golden nugget is. So please be inspired to be a part of the solution, as my guests have shown you they are today. And of course, for me, until tomorrow at 11 a.m., y'all, peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.